Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. We're back here at Mount Olympus. And guys, you saw the domination of Zeus yesterday. If you haven't, go check out yesterday's video. Today's video is going to be talking about a problem with Zeus outside of him just being crazy to begin with. Now, currently, we talked about it on the last video, and I told you guys that I would showcase it. My man Zeus here has an infinite invincibility loop where he can keep on putting invincibility on himself over and over. And unless the opponent has one spell, they're going to be completely useless no matter what. I'm going to show you some battles today where all of my characters died, and I was going against the best meta teams out there. And I still won because he didn't have the right spell. So guys, we're going to teach you guys how to counter this, but also address this much needed to be fixed ability and passive. And hopefully this kind of gets to the development team and you guys can figure out a way to still make Zeus powerful, but fix this infinite loop. By now, a lot of the community that has Zeus already knows about this. So this video isn't intended to teach people how to do it. It's more intended to show just how busted it is because not many people have him, and I'm hoping that they fix it. So with that being said, my friends, you guys are in for a good one today. Sit back, relax. We're going to show you guys the infinite crazy loop of Zeus in all of his glory. Thank you guys for checking out the stream yesterday. We had a lot of fun just dominating in PvP with the guy. Now let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Oh, Mr. Zeus, you have been out for like 0 time at all, and he's already just breaking PvP within the game. Obviously, he's at 5 stars, so we can't take him into the raid yet, but look at that. He knows. Look at that face. He knows what he's doing, guys. So with this loop, I'm going to teach you guys kind of how it works, and it's kind of built into his kit. There's no bug here. It's really built into the core kit of Zeus, and I think that's the more concerning problem with this whole thing. Now, it's going to be coming from his abilities and his passives, okay? So to go ahead and teach you guys how it's going to work, I'm going to take you guys into the battlefield, but it's going to mainly work out of Zeus's extra turns, and then obviously the invincibility that he gives himself, followed by the way that his passive is going to cleanse harmfuls, and then in addition, it's going to be giving him more magic, and you guys will see the loop here on the battlefield. So come with me. All right, club. So to go ahead and show you how this infinite loop works, I went ahead and just showed you guys just my worst characters on my roster, and I put Zeus in the battle. Now we're going to go up against a really solid team here that should be able to obviously run circles around my team, but you guys are going to see how there's nothing that he's going to be able to do to defeat this team without one spell, and we're going to obviously tell you guys that spell to hopefully help it. Now, he's got all the legendaries, everything that he needs to be able to defeat us, but here we go. I mean, just watch this. So what you're going to go ahead and do, guys, is Zeus is going to be using his first or last ability here that's going to be dealing some nice damage. So we're going to throw down that Thunderbolt and get a free turn out of Zeus, right? Zeus then gets his next turn. He's going to be giving evasion if helpful immunity wasn't there. And now, the way this works is Zeus consumed half of his charges. He still has 1 charge left. When he uses this again, he's going to use that last bit of charge and give himself invincibility. Now, on top of that, he also gave himself crit power. But we're going to speed this up, and you guys are going to see it's just going to go in a loop. And that is because his passive is going to go ahead, like, here we go. So this is perfect example. Back on, his passive activated here. And essentially, if I don't have any charges, I'm going to give myself 3 magic, cleanse harmful effects, and we're going to be gaining charges in different buffs, right? So here we go again. We're going to throw down, he has evasion, but we're going to throw down another giant buff here, okay? And boom, there we go again. We're going to get ourselves our extra turn. We're going to go ahead. We got some nice spells here that we can go ahead and throw and make Zeus even more crazy. And again, we're going to put invincibility on Zeus. So you guys are seeing here that there's nothing he can do. Down goes my elite team of F-tier units, and he can just sit here and try as much as he can. Hopper is actually surprisingly holding his own here.
You make it home now. Survive!
Impressed with the hops there, who definitely needs some form of a rework. But here we go, right? We have our turn again. You have all these buffs showing up one more time, and we can target really any character of our choice. We're going to throw down the Thunderbolt of Glory and just throw in some insane damage, 32k hits. You guys saw that yesterday, and we're going to give ourselves that invincibility once again. So, again, the way it works is he is going to be using that first time, that Thundershock, which is going to half his charges. Then he's going to give himself invincibility, and he can do this as much as he wants. And this is going to result in either timeouts in PvP, or as you guys are going to see some examples, me destroying people that don't have the spell they need to get rid of this. So until they fix this for the time being, you guys are going to want to have Mortal Potion, obviously, for your spell. Just like the early Hercules days, you're going to want Mortal Potion to go ahead and strip down the buffs so that you can then appropriately try to take down Zeus. Now, he does have Maleficent, and he actually might win this battle now that I think about it. The Dragon of Maleficent can strip down my invincibility. That obviously could hurt me here. So, you know, we'll see if that happens. But here, we're going to go ahead, do the same thing, take him down. Again, he's got all legendaries. It's going to take a little bit longer than typical. We're going to throw down all of our powerful buffs, throw down the invincibility. And again, this is Zeus doing this all by himself. And at this point, we're on 3 times speed, right? 3 times speed. Here we go. He's going to just be throwing everything he's got, everything in the kitchen sink. Actually, Maleficent healing is good for us. We're going to keep it on 3 times speed. Throw our Thunderbolt of Glory, 34k. Here comes Maleficent's dragon that we thought could have killed us, but guess what? It's not. I can go ahead and check this out. I now have 2 charges. That still works pretty well. We're going to do the same thing over and over. So if this has 2 charges consumed, I'm going to go ahead and kill anybody on the field. And there it is, right? So you guys get the point. At the end there, the way that kind of worked out was a little wonky. And he actually lost that turn. But it is infinite, I assure you. And we're going to do the same thing. So he's going to go back. We finally got our turn back. Here comes the charges. Here are the buffs. We've got our charges back. We can go ahead and target the Gumbo Pot plus Lily. We've got our turn. And again, nothing that you haven't seen for the last couple minutes. But I wanted to showcase this because this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. And hopefully, Glue, developers, DSA team, if you guys are watching this, we don't want to be in a meta that revolves around one spell. It just isn't fun for the game. And I think Zeus is a ton of fun. I think that him allowing other characters to have a shot in PvP is definitely going to be great. He's an awesome reward for accomplishing the Siege on Olympus. But he needs to be fixed because this infinite loop is just not working as intended. And we thought he was going to get touched up when he came into the game. We thought his kit was a little bit too much. It ended up sticking. And this is kind of the result, right? So here we go. We just won against that whole team. 31 teams are left. And, you know, he's got Gumbo Pot. He's got a lot of evade. So he's actually going to do okay. And Lily with the evades. If it was anyone but Lily, they'd be dead by now. But you guys are seeing, you know, that we could just go through this. So again, guys, the way you're going to get through this for now is having invincibility with Mortal Potion. And that's how to beat it at the moment. So if you have princesses, there's a lot of ways to beat Zeus. We're going to get a Zeus counter guide. It's going to take some time to find reliable counters, but I can assure you guys I'll put the time in to find it. But altogether, that is going to be the problem with the new King of Olympus. Now, for the end of the video, I want to go ahead and show you guys a couple of battles where I just don't deserve to beat the teams that I did, just to showcase the point a little bit more. But yeah, just witness the craziness. So here is a perfect example of the infinite loop, right? This guy killed the rest of my team, and with Zeus alone, I'm going to kill his entire princess team. And this is why this is such a big problem. If you don't run Mortal Potion at the moment, you're just going to be completely devastated with nothing that you can do against Zeus here, because he has invincibility, and he's going to keep on having invincibility with his passive and everything he brings. Now, of course, I can bring back, you know, I don't know who I lost last. I think Pegasus was the last to die. No, it was Phil. He's going to do a lot in this battle.
He's so tiny.
But as you guys can see, I can just keep on throwing down the first Thunderbolt down. Boom, kill all those characters. I get my passive to work. Boom, I throw on another invincibility. And this is the loop that is just absolutely crazy. And right now, it's essential to bring Mortal Potion because there's absolutely nothing you can do to get rid of this. And you guys are, this is brainless. We're like 45k hits after 45k hits. I can't even talk because I'm just speechless at how crazy this is. We're going to do it again. And look, the game doesn't even want me to do it because it's just over the top crazy. So that's a perfect example. And again, of course, this is like lagging and not working. But again, it doesn't even matter, right? Like we just had a disconnection error. We come back. Zeus still has his turns. Gumbo Pot is trying its damnness to protect the team. And we're going to keep on hitting these giant hits and get our turns after turns after turns with invincibility. And so I'm going to show, I mean, I don't even need to show that many battles, but I think this is a great example of like, I just went against a complete meta team that if that guy had Mortal Potion, he would win. To be fair, if he had Mortal Potion, he would win. But I don't want to see a meta where you have to run one spell. I think how they can fix this is a multitude of ways. And one of the biggest ways is maybe putting some of that passive. Let me go to that passive and I'll show you guys. Putting the passive on a 1-turn cooldown and maybe moving some of the passive things. So on here, guys, the way this is working is I need more Thunderbolts. Currently, if you bring this up from a level 2 to level 3, it actually kills the infinite loop chain. However, if they can put this on a 1-turn cooldown and just take all of this goodness and put it to another passive maybe just to make it, you know, even out and put it on a 1-turn cooldown. That way, you know, you can have a little bit of a loop, but nothing too crazy and it's easily beatable. Another crazy showcase of Zeus in general, guys, is him versus the Sensational 6 team in Club Conquest. Regarded as the hardest defense, they start out with great buffs. We're going to put Zeus, and I got a moment here on stream where I grabbed Zeus and I put him with some terrible characters. And you guys just watch as he decimates Sensational 6 completely by himself. Now, again, this was me on stream, so it's going to be a little different on the video. Alrighty, my friends. Well, thank you so much for coming into today's video of the infinite loop glitch for Zeus, and hopefully they fix it. We've got stacked videos for next week. And of course, guys, Zeus is an S+ tier best character in the game until further notice. Guys, if you want to see more Zeus action, stop by Twitch. Over 50% of you guys have not subscribed to the club, so subscribe if you haven't. Check out our Discord, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And until next time, stay cozy.